Welcome back. 48 hours after the Morbi bridge collapse, which left more than 130 people dead, Prime Minister Modi today visited the accident site.
Prime Minister Modi touched down in Morbi, where more than 130 lives were snuffed out in a matter of seconds when an overcrowded hanging bridge collapsed. After conducting an aerial survey of the Machu River, where teams of the NDRF are still searching for the missing, Prime Minister Modi visited the site of the bridge collapse and took stock of the operations.
So right now also he's taking a briefing. He's discussing the details of the case. Bhupen Patel, Chief Minister, is now speaking to the Prime Minister, and then Harsh Sanghvi was giving the briefing.
He then visited the local hospital, met survivors of Sunday night's tragedy, as well as the families of those who lost their lives. PM Modi chaired a high-level meeting in Morbi and said the need of the hour is to conduct a detailed and extensive inquiry which will identify all aspects relating to this mishap.
But questions do remain over whether Morbi was a man-made tragedy, and will those who were responsible for the bridge collapse ever be brought in front of the law?
9 scapegoats have been arrested, but the big fish behind the Morbi bridge collapse have gone scot-free. Ahmedabad-based Oreva Group was in charge of the renovation and repair of the bridge. Yet, the FIR has no mention of the company or its owner.
On the day of inauguration also, he left for the event from this apartment.
In March this year, the bridge was closed to the public and Oreva Group carried out the repair and renovation work. Some of the old cables of the bridge in Morbi weren't even changed during the so-called renovation. What's worse is that no fitness certificate was taken before reopening the bridge. This callousness from the repair to the reopening left more than 130 people dead. Those who survived can't shake off the horror of Sunday night.
जैसे पुल के ऊपर गए, थोड़ा अंदर गए, वैसे पुल नीचे गिरा.
So who is shielding those behind the Morbi bridge collapse?
No lessons have been learned from the tragedy in Morbi. Some tourists took a Maruti Suzuki 800 on a narrow suspension bridge in Karnataka. In fact, locals confronted the tourists and forced them to remove the car immediately, as the weight could affect the structural integrity of the bridge. Eventually, 2 men pushed the car slowly towards one of the exits of the bridge. In fact, the structure swayed dangerously as the car was being moved out. It was a narrow escape for devotees in Karnataka's Chamarajanagar district. A temple chariot fell after one of its wheels came off. A huge number of devotees had gathered for the chariot procession on the occasion of Rathotsav. But when the chariot started swaying, hundreds of panicked devotees started running in the other direction. Thankfully, no casualties have been reported in the incident. A shocking video of a deputy SP slapping victims of a police sub-inspector recruitment scam in Karnataka's Tumkuru has gone viral. Victims of the PSI recruitment scam came to speak to the State Home Minister Araga Gyanendra about the difficulties that they are facing because of the scam. Instead, Tumkuru deputy SP slapped the victims and sent them away. TRS and BJP workers clashed ahead of bypolls in Telangana's Munugode, which goes to polls in 2 days from now.
Hours before campaigning came to an end for the all-important Munugode bypoll, TRS and BJP workers squared off on the streets. Both sides threw punches and swung sticks while attacking rival party workers. Police officers had to come between the two warring sides to prevent tensions from escalating. BJP accused TRS workers of attacking their cadre, claiming the party is unable to bear the massive response that the BJP is getting in Munugode. The bypoll is being seen as a precursor to next year's assembly elections in Telangana, in which a lot is at stake for both the TRS and the BJP. After a high-voltage campaign, 2.4 lakh voters will be exercising their franchise on the 3rd of November. Results for the bypoll will be out on the 6th of November.
A massive fire broke out at a restaurant in Pune. The blaze erupted at the top floor of the Marvel Vista building, causing the roof and the windows to collapse. Debris fell to the ground as the flames grew bigger. 6 fire tenders had to be rushed to the spot. Thankfully, no casualties have been reported. At least 2 people were killed after a massive fire broke out in a footwear factory in New Delhi's Narela area. 10 fire tenders were rushed to the site after receiving a call about the fire. Firefighters were seen pulling out several unconscious staff members from the windows while the fire raged, sending plumes of smoke up in the air. A quarrel over taking a dog for a walk resulted in a security guard being attacked in Gurugram.
A man was taking his dog for a walk when he was stopped by the guard. He was informed that he isn't allowed to walk his pet in a part of the society. After several incidents of dog bites in Delhi NCR over the last few months, many societies have banned dog walking in public areas. After a heated exchange, the pet owner started chasing the guard with a stick. He then cornered the guard and repeatedly assaulted him with a stick. The guard suffered severe injuries and was admitted to a hospital. No police complaint has been registered so far, but the Gurugram police is likely to take suo motu cognizance of the incident after the footage of the attack went viral.
The Mumbai police will now provide Y+ security cover to actor Salman Khan in light of the recent threats made to him allegedly by Lawrence Bishnoi gang. This is an upgrade by 2 levels, and now commandos will be among the 12 armed cops that Salman Khan was given. A letter addressed to Salman and his father Salim Khan threatened that the duo will meet the same fate as slain singer Sidhu Moosewala, whose hit was allegedly ordered by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Indo-Canadian Punjabi singer AP Dhillon was admitted to hospital after suffering an injury during his US tour. He has rescheduled the dates for his concerts in San Francisco and Los Angeles to December now. The singer informed his fans on Instagram that it breaks his heart to postpone the shows, but he expects a full recovery in a month's time. Ukraine is facing blackouts and shortage of water after a fresh wave of Russian missile strikes.
Russian forces fired 4 missiles at Ukraine's southern city of Mykolaiv, killing at least 1 person and setting several buildings on fire. The shelling destroyed sections of a railway track, damaged a power line and took down mobile communications. The strikes have caused power cuts in hundreds of areas across 7 Ukrainian regions. Meanwhile, Russia claims Ukrainian forces shelled the city of Alsvek in Russian-occupied Luhansk. The shelling hit a hotel, and according to Russia, several civilians are trapped under the rubble. Tensions are escalating after Russia pulled out a landmark agreement that allowed vital grain shipments via a maritime safety corridor.
South Korea's Prime Minister and officials have admitted responsibility and apologized for failing to prevent and respond to a Halloween crowd surge that killed more than 150 people. A 475-member police force is investigating the incident. Footage has been taken from 50 security cameras in the area, and more than 40 witnesses and survivors have been questioned. Israelis voted in the 5th election in less than 4 years. The elections were held after the collapse of the so-called Change Coalition, which united 8 disparate political parties who succeeded in ousting ex-Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last year. And now Netanyahu is eyeing a return alongside far-right allies. Netanyahu is on trial for corruption and breach of trust. A fire-breathing stunt is going viral for all the wrong reasons. This man held a fire stick too close to his mouth and then breathed petrol into it, but in seconds his beard caught fire. That's when other people rushed to help him out by patting his face to extinguish the fire. In fact, the video has got more than 12 million views.